Welcome back. Today is January 21st of 24. Current temperature is 24 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about -5 Celsius. In today's video, I will talk about providing supplemental heat for fig trees stored in unheated objects like a greenhouse, shed, or a garage. And I will show you an example in my setup of using a space heater and a thermostat. Before I go outside, let's just talk about the dangerous temperatures for a fig tree planted in ground like this group here. It is considered that the 10 to 15 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about -9 to -12 Celsius, is a temperature that will cause a dieback of a fig tree down to the ground. The root system will survive depending on a variety and the age of the tree. Some varieties are more cold hardy, down to reportedly even 0 degrees Fahrenheit, which is -18 Celsius. Now, this winter so far, the lowest temperature I have recorded was -2.38 Fahrenheit. That comes to -19.1 Celsius. And that was about a week ago, just at the beginning of this Arctic blast, this cold system that is ending tomorrow. The wind chill lowest was about -20 degrees Fahrenheit. Obviously, the tree that's in container will be even more susceptible to dieback, since the root mass is above the ground, doesn't have the thermal energy from the ground to protect them. Let's go outside now and talk about two examples of these objects: a greenhouse and a shed or a garage. This greenhouse with a poly cover will not provide enough protection for the tree stored. A better solution will be a double wall greenhouse, but even in those greenhouses, the temperature is just too low during the night, especially when we do not have any sun. So the heater that you would use inside will have to work non-stop, probably, to keep the temperature above, let's say, 15 degrees Fahrenheit. If the outside temperature is in the single digits or even sub-zero. A shed like this will provide a much better area to store your figs. This one has more insulation and also has a slab, cement slab that's touching the ground, so it provides additional thermal energy. However, when the temperature drops down below zero or even single digits inside, there could be dangerous, again, numbers below 15 degrees, possibly even 10 degrees Fahrenheit, and that will also kill a tree. I do not allow the temperature to drop inside to that level, so I don't know exactly how low it would get. Now let's take a look at my setup here. Here are the trees that some of them even have leaves. Those were the ones that were finishing ripening, so now they are just entering dormancy. If you're gonna store your trees in these unheated objects, I would first recommend, now it's too late, not to overwater your trees. The drier the soil it is in the container, the less chances of a dieback. Like this small container here, it is very lightweight, very dry, and the tree will be just fine. It doesn't really need the moisture at the very low temperatures at all. So let's take a look at this heater now. This is a space heater that I'm using this year. Last year I had a different space heater with a DIY thermostat. However, I did upgrade with this one. This is a milk style. It's considered heater. It is durable. It's actually recommended for greenhouses and garages. Metal construction, UL rated, has a tip over protection if it's knocked down, also overheating protection, so it is safe to use. The wattage is at two different levels here. The higher is 1500 watts and the lowest, I'm keeping it now at 1300 watts, and it provides just enough heat to keep the temperatures constant. Now this one also has a thermostat. Some of the heaters, they have a built-in thermostat for freeze protection, so you can choose the temperature between around 30 to 40. Some of them are even higher, and it will be triggered when it reaches those dangerous temperatures and starts working. I like to use external thermostat because it's more precise. And let me show you which kind. I'm gonna just place this on the bottom. I keep it on the floor just like this. Oops. All right. Now, do not be fooled by the claims of some manufacturers and people that are recommending heaters that are more expensive and that they have somehow magical powers with using less electricity and all of that. Wattage is wattage, and the heater that's rated at 1500 watts, let's say, that costs $200 will provide the same heat as this less expensive. This is $35 only. It's the same heating element, about the same size. Let's compare it, but if they are about the same size. So it will be the same heat output. The difference can be in controls, whether they are more fancy, digital, construction, and brand. But this one is just perfect. I like actually manual controls. So quite inexpensive, and so far it is working just fine for me. And it works in conjunction with the thermostat. Again, before I had a thermostat that was a DIY made by my brother, and now I'm using one that I found also on Amazon. This one is a sensor that measures the current ambient temperature, and that goes into this right there in this thermostat. You will plug in your heater here, space heater. Let me just open this door and lower the temperature here. First, you can see that this is really solid frozen, my door here. I want to show you how this works. Possibly if the temperature drops down, you can see that. This also is quite inexpensive. In my opinion, it's worth the $25 that it costs. You can also use it for your heating mats if you are rooting cuttings or starting seedlings indoor. And when you're using a heating mat, you can have a precise temperature, and it goes into the tenths. So these are the controls here. First, let's take a look at the upper number, 28 degrees Fahrenheit. It's the current temperature here in this shed. The middle row is lowest temperature that I set, 25 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about -4 Celsius. So at these temperatures, the thermostat will trigger the heater to start working, and it will work, it will heat until it reaches 26.5 degrees Fahrenheit, and then it will stop working. You can also change here the settings. You can have it now in Celsius. So current is minus 2.6. You can see the start is minus 3.9 and the stop temperature is minus 3.1. Hold one more time and it goes back to the Fahrenheit. I'm gonna just drop this down temperature of the, actually it is dropping very slow now because it is warmer now. It was easier for me to show it before. But anyhow, once the temperature goes down to 24.9, let's say I raise it up now. And as soon as it reaches 26, see, 26.6, and now it's activated. Let's press one more time, and I'm gonna raise this up to, let's say, 27 degrees. Now the heater is working, you can see by this light. Once it reaches 27.1 degrees, it will stop working. Very simple operation, and again, very, very precise. I will post a link for both this thermostat and the heater from Amazon. I will appreciate if you use that link. If you already have a space heater, maybe you can only just get a thermostat, and it is a much better way of using a space heater compared to the, let's say, timers, and those are really not reliable or not precise. You will have to get up and guess what the temperature you're gonna need. This way you're using less energy, since it's gonna heat the object only in those precise chosen temperatures. So very useful equipment. I will say this is a must-have equipment if you're gonna store your fig trees in objects like this, like a shed or a garage. Alright, I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.